Hi, today's video is all about what's the most reliable mobile phone you can buy. We get asked this question lots of times. So what we've been doing is we've been tracking all our inquiries, repairs, looking at the different parts to come to this conclusion. And we've got the top 5 here for you. In 5th place is Huawei. The phones can be relatively inexpensive, but the parts can be really expensive to replace, and the quality of those parts is not very good. We also get quite a lot of inquiries about different things going wrong with Huawei phones. So for us, that puts it in number 5. Number 4 is Sony phones. Sony phones tend to have a problem where suddenly they just die, and you think it might just be the charging port or the battery, and actually when you investigate, it's not. It's actually the logic board has just developed a fault and stopped working. Why this is, we don't know, but we've seen this quite a lot over the last 6 months. It might be that the parts that they're using are not great quality and so are failing. So we would put Sony at number 4. Number 3 is Google Pixel phones. Again, the phones can be mid-range, but the actual screens can be really expensive against what you may have paid for that phone. Also, we're tending to see quite a lot of Google Pixel phones where the screen just goes black through no fault of anyone. You haven't dropped it, you haven't done anything, the screen just fails. Why this is, we don't know, but it means you need a new screen. So for us, this puts it at number 3. Number 1 and 2 is a very difficult decision, but there is a clear winner. And for us, number 2 is Samsung mobiles. Great phones, they really are, but they have varying reliability rates. The S range is far better and far reliable than the A range, which tend to have quite a lot of issues with them. So if you are going to go for a Samsung mobile, try to go for the S range. The only issue for us with Samsung mobiles is the cost of replacing the screens. With Samsung mobiles, you have quite a lot of parts soldered onto the screen. And so you're not just changing the screen, you are changing other parts as well. So this might explain why the screens are so expensive, but they can be 3 or 4 times more expensive than an iPhone screen. That leaves us obviously with the top place being the Apple iPhone. iPhones, we're currently repairing iPhones that are 8 years old and are still going strong. We don't tend to see this with Samsung phones. iPhones just tend to last. They're built to last. We're seeing less problems with them. The problems we do see with them are when people have dropped them on the floor, which happens with all phones. Of course, we do lots of screens on iPhones. Occasionally we see a battery where the battery's just worn out, but that's not necessarily a fault. If you've got a mobile phone that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, you would expect to have to change the battery. It is a consumable. We don't tend to see lots of other things go wrong with iPhones. So for us, they are in the top position for reliability. They do cost more to buy up front, but they're significantly cheaper to repair ongoing if that ever becomes an issue. So for us, iPhones are the number 1 spot. So I hope that helps in what is the most reliable mobile phone.